Now it's calculating traffic and pricing. Once again, since this is a demonstration account, we'll just put in $1. Maximum cost per click, we'll just say 5 cents. For right now, we'll just ignore this traffic estimator and so on. We'll go through this at a little later stage, but for this demonstration, we're not looking for vast amounts of traffic. So let's click on Continue. And now here's our recap. Campaign name, antique chairs. The language your customers speak, English. Location of your customers, the UK in this instance. Daily budget is $1. Ad group name, antique chair. There's the ad going to this demo site. Keywords, antique chair as a broad match, as a phrase match, as an exact match, and with the negative keyword free. Maximum cost per click is $0.05. It may seem a bit silly to be billed in dollars when we're targeting United Kingdom customers, but when this account was set up, we chose to be billed in US dollars, so no matter what country you target, you're going to be billed in dollars. Obviously, it's up to you to choose which currency you choose to be billed in. It obviously makes sense to be billed in your own native currency. Okay, save campaign. Just before I do that, you can create another ad group for this campaign immediately, or you can do that at any point in the future. So let's save this campaign. And it should be saved. Let's go into the campaign front page, Campaign Summary. And there are our two campaigns, our older Antique Tables campaign and our new Antique Chairs campaign. If we click on that, there's our single ad group. If we click on that, there's our ad. There's an Add Variations tab. There's a Summary tab. And if we scroll down, we can click on the Keywords tab, and we can see exactly which keywords we have. We can make sure they're active, and the price per click bid. This information, clicks and impressions, will develop over time. Although Google updates every several hours, it definitely is a real-time system. Now, back to Summary. Something important we need to change is the ad network. It's showing Google Search Network and Content Network. I'll discuss these in detail at a later time, but we don't want those settings for right now, so we need to change them. Let's go back to the campaign summary. And let's make this change just for antique chairs at the moment. Click, then Edit Settings, and quickly running through, the campaign name is fine. It will run through 2010, that should be okay. Budget, $1 a day, we can change that at any time. Delivery method, standard. Let me take a moment to explain that. What this means is that the $1 a day is an average, about $30 a month. Your charges may be slightly more or slightly less on a day-by-day basis. This allows you to choose whether to show your ads within that budget as quickly as possible or more evenly over time. You can choose whichever option you prefer there. Let me just click here, and you can see that there's more detailed information. It says that if you take standard delivery, your ads will show periodically throughout the day. And if you take accelerated delivery, your ad will be displayed as often and as quickly as possible. So having your ad appear at various times of the day rather than having it appear only in the earliest hours of the morning could be an advantage depending on who you want to target and when they might be browsing the internet. Okay, keyword bidding. Again, you can edit your maximum cost per click. That's fine for now. Ad scheduling. If you only want to run your ad at certain times, you can determine that here. But we want our ad to run at all times, so it's fine. Position preferences. You can choose where you want your ads to appear rather than purely managing by cost per click. We'll leave that as it is for now. Ad serving. This only applies if you have more than one ad per group. If you have more than one ad per group, your advertisements will rotate. This is beneficial because you may wish to have two ads that are exactly the same except for a different headline, so you can test the two headlines and see which one works better for you. If you rotate your ads evenly, you might get a more accurate response than optimizing. Generally, I would say that rotate shows ads more evenly. Let's scroll up. And now we're at the important point where you want your ads to appear. The content network is sites that aren't Google partner sites. In other words, they aren't necessarily high traffic sites, but Google does allow them to show its ads. And every time someone clicks on your ad on that site, the owner of the site gets a percentage of your cost per click. It's not at all clear how much the site owner gets, and Google keeps that information confidential. It may be 50% of your cost, or more, or less. It's recommended, especially at the start, that you do not enable content sites. I'll cover it in more detail later, but let's say for now that I recommend against using content sites in the beginning, especially when you're just getting the campaign running. And I would even suggest that you don't have the search network enabled. That includes such things as ask.com, and when your campaign is just getting underway, you probably want your ads on the Google sites such as google.com, gmail.com, Google Groups, and all the other interconnected Google sites. Target language, we're leaving it in English. Location, we're leaving that as it is. Save changes, and it was an important change. So now I can go back into Antique Chairs and go to the ad group, the single ad group we have at the moment. So now you see it shows Content Network disabled, Google Search enabled, and that's just fine. We've set up our campaign, we've customized the options we want, and we can leave this running and start getting some feedback on the clicks and impressions. And of course, over time, we can add extra ad groups, extra ads, extra keywords, and so on. We can customize as much as we want and add to it as much as we want. This was a very quick way to set up the campaign, customize the options exactly as we want them, and get it up and running for as little as $1 a day and 5 cents a click, which, frankly, is probably going to get very little traffic, but we'll leave it at that for now. And our keyword-targeted campaign is now fully set up and customized.